as a sales director less than a year later. Let me tell you just a few of her accomplishments. She's made 33 appearances in the unit circles, including 7 times in the prestigious $500,000 Circle of Achievement. She's qualified for 13 sales director trips, including 7 of the prestige trips. She's been in the top 10 at her seminars 6 times, her highest as the #2 sales director in the Circle of Excellence, and she's a top 10 sales director nationwide this year as the number 8 sales director nationwide. Her highest monthly commission check is over $16,000. And Marsha has received the highest honor in Mary Kay when she was named the annual Miss Go Give winner for her seminar 1991. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the #2 sales director for the Diamond Seminar and the #8 sales director nationwide, independent executive senior sales director, Marsha Morissette.
$1 million. So what do you think, Mighty Morissettes? Okay. I'm excited about our President Darrell Overcash's challenge to have 50,000 star consultants a quarter. You know what, you guys? That means 4-quarter star consultants, the goal for every one of us this year, right? Right? 4-quarter star consultant. We've got 6 weeks left, and you know you can move mountains in 6 weeks. You really can. Every woman in this room is capable of doing 4-quarter star. $300 a week is all it takes in sales. It just takes a little planning. And I just know that we're going to do it. I'm so excited about it. But now I want to move on and just start by praising my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for blessing our efforts. And what a joy it has been to see His fingerprints on our efforts this year. As we were racing to the end, to the finish line in June, our motto was F-R-O-G, frog, fully relying on God. And we trusted in the dream that He put in our heart at the beginning of the seminar year. And I've always believed that God doesn't give you a dream without also giving you the ability to make that come true. So, you guys, it was quite a year, and we are on to the next. But congratulations to each of you in this room for investing in yourself. And I just really don't believe that anyone is here by coincidence. I believe that you're here by God incidence. I believe that He wanted you at this seminar. That He planned the people that would sit with you in your dining table. He planned the people, the classes that you would attend, and He even planned your roommates. You know, He will lift you up to do things that you couldn't imagine that you could do, and He will also carry your burdens. I want to thank my husband, Gary, who has supported me since the day I signed my agreement. No matter what the goal was, he always says, you can do it, and then he says, just get it done. Just get it done. In his quiet way, he works behind the scenes, and he builds belief in me so that I can pass that on to my people. And you know what? One person who shows their belief in another causes ripples of thousands. So thank you, Gary Morissette, for all you are and for all you do. I want to thank 3 of my director buddies who held conference calls for me in June. Cecilia James, Gail Coldrude, and Janet Chapman. You are living proof of what Mary Kay Go Give means. It means to do for another, never ever expecting anything else in return. Thank you. Thank you, the Morissette Offspring directors, for your running together, for having fun, and for friendship. You're the best, and I can't wait to see you on this stage next seminar. To all the directors and all the consultants who came up alongside us this year to cheer us on when maybe our goal got a little bit tarnished. You were God's angels whispering in our ear, thank you. To all the national sales directors, many of which I've known for a lifetime and have loved. You have touched us in so many ways, and thank you just for your wisdom and your guidance all these years. We love you. And Ryan, we love you. We love your 10-party week, right? We are excited. And to the woman who was my director, my senior director, my national sales director, my mentor, and my dear, dear friend, she taught, encouraged, believed, and even now that she's gone on to be an NSD Emeritus, she guides many of my daily choices of integrity. And you know her as Arlene Lenars. Congratulations, Rhonda, to you and your amazing $1 million unit. Thank you for being your best, because your greatness stretched our greatness. Congratulations to Amy Allgood and her unit members. God uses women of all ages to inspire us. And our Mary Kay staff are exceptional people with great big hearts and lots of patience. And you know what they have? They have feet that can endure 5 seminars. I don't. They're amazing, yes. Linda Mariscal, who inspired me last September and said, you can speak from that podium. Sean Key for returning my phone calls of panic. Gary Jenks for calming my tears on my first top director trip. And as you can see, we were not meant to do this journey alone. Mary Kay planned it that way. I think she really did. It's about people helping people. In August of 1973, I had my first job out of college as a speech therapist. At that time, teachers weren't paid during the summer months, and since my husband and I, who were newlyweds, had just closed on our first home, we needed some extra summer cash. So I went to work at a clothing store. For $2 an hour, guys, that was the pay. And they said after 3 months, they would give me a raise according to what I sold. You know what my raise was? 5 cents more an hour. That very same day, this was a God incident. A woman was shopping in the store for support hose. She said she did lots of standing at her job, and I asked her, what do you do? And she said she taught skincare with Mary Kay, and had I tried it, and offered me a Mary Kay facial. I thought it sounded like fun. So because of our financial situation, I said, I don't think I'll be buying anything. She said, that's okay. I went home and I told my husband that I was going to have a Mary Kay facial the next morning. He suggests that I call her right back and tell her that maybe I'm really not too interested, because he didn't want me to be embarrassed about not purchasing. So I went home. No, I called her and persuaded her that I couldn't buy anything, and she said, don't even have your checkbook there. She said, I just would love to get your opinion of the product. So I had my first Mary Kay facial the next morning. I loved it, but I didn't purchase a thing. Have any of you ever had a $0 facial? I'm her. She suggested that I might enjoy learning about the company and see if it's something that would go along with my teaching career. So just to be polite, I agreed to listen. And her director was coming over the next evening to meet with Gary and I. Well, you can imagine what Gary thought about that. Gary had me call her and tell her that we really are not interested. I think he thought it was a ploy, a scheme to take our money. Now, what money it was, I have no idea. But 3 times in 24 hours, I called her to cancel, and she talked me back into listening. Finally, she said, okay. She accepted my no. The next day, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I get a phone call. Pick it up. Hi, this is Arlene Lenars. I know you don't know me, but I've heard so many nice things about you, and I'm your beauty consultant's Mary Kay sales director, and I'm going to be in your area tonight, and I'd love to stop in and just drop off some literature and visit for a minute. I thought, oh, okay, fine. They'd worn me down. She came over the next day, and that night, and she brought her husband, Dick. This was the big guns. And they sat down and went through the marketing with us. We listened, and at the end she said, Marsha, is there any reason you wouldn't want to go ahead and submit your agreement and get the paperwork done? I think you would be great. Well, the fear set in. I immediately thought of all the reasons why I couldn't do this. I was new in the area. I had 4 friends. I didn't drive on the freeway. I didn't wear makeup, so how could I teach someone else? I hadn't used the product, and I'd only tried it once, and I had a college degree, and I thought I better use that. Well, we didn't have $100 anyway for the starter kit, but Arlene said, that's just fine. Write out a check, I'll hang on to it for 2 days, and you can, if I have time to cover it. You know, I think Gary really